Hey, yo, what's up? It's the one and only hip hop gamer, Hot 97. I got my man Chris here. First thing I want to say is thank you for allowing me to experience PlayStation VR truly the right way. You want to know why I say that? Because I've been playing PlayStation VR for mad long, right? You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to nobody, but y'all failed to mention that there was another button at the bottom of the joint to make the joint look better. You know what I'm saying? In terms of moving the joint like forward. You got two buttons. When y'all get PlayStation VR October 13th, right, there's two buttons you got to focus on. There's one button that's going to make like the joint stay on your head, right? Then there's another button that's going to make the VR come to your face or, you know, come out of your face. Pause. So I just want to tell you that's the way to do it. And this man showed it to me on Tomb Raider.
I'm glad I could.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, man. First of all, how you feeling and what you showing off today, man? Let them know what's good.
We're really excited. You know, we're showing off all the new content that we're bringing with Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration. So what you got to experience was VR. We also have some of the new co-op expedition mode here as well as Lara's Nightmare. That has a kind of a little zombie-esque feel to it, again, in the manner. But, you know, we're really excited because, you know, we're about a week away from launch, and we're excited for PlayStation 4 fans to be able to get a chance to experience the game.
Now, the zombie mode, will that be in VR as well?
It will not.
How you gonna? Okay, listen. You know I'm bad with VR horror. I get scared, but why not?
The VR experience is very tailored, right? And so right now, what you're doing in the exploration space, it works really well in VR. But when you get to something where the camera is constantly moving, some players will feel some discomfort if it's a little bit too much.
Oh, got you. Okay, now I understand it. But let me ask you this. With your first experience with VR with Tomb Raider, the way y'all developing it, have you guys already like figured out or had conversations about ways you can make it even better? Because I just had a meeting with Oasis Games, shout out to Oasis Games, and they showed me a Weeping Doll, and the control scheme is kind of similar in terms of teleportation, but I don't, no disrespect, but Tomb Raider is better. Like it is like the way it is in terms of the way it feels, it just maneuvers better. Yeah. Whereas the Oasis games, it was good but slightly stiff in comparison to what you guys got going on. But now that you've had this experience, what more can be done with the world of Lara Croft and VR in a more traditional sense of gameplay instead of the teleportation?
Well, it's, you know, a really exciting time for us. You know, there's not really this guidebook that says, hey, this is how you do VR. You step one, right? So a lot of this is, you know, exploration and trying out new things. And so for us, again, like we were talking about, this is our first experience using teleportation. I think as you develop content, it needs to be specifically tailored for VR, or else you're not going to have a great experience.
Absolutely. So now I got a major question for you, man. Now, when Tomb Raider first came out, you know, Phil Spencer, he even admitted that this game was specifically designed to go up against Uncharted. Like, you know, that's why they got the 1-year exclusive. And to me, I loved the game. I thought it was crazy. But the reception, I guess that people felt like, you know, it wasn't the same as when Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition came out, because it came out on all platforms at the same time and so on and so forth. Now that it's here on PS4 and y'all doing all these new things, what has the experience been like putting this game on the PS4, and what has the PS4 Pro been like now that we get a chance to experience Tomb Raider on that level?
Well, it's been great, and like I said earlier, like we're really excited for our PlayStation 4 fans to get a chance to experience the game, especially all this new content that we're bringing with Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration. Like I said, we're bringing VR, we're bringing back Lara's Manor in the modern timeline. We've got new co-op endurance mode. PlayStation 4, you know, the 20-year celebration edition is the most comprehensive version of the game. You can literally get anything on it. It literally includes everything. And again, when you look at things like PS4 Pro, it's super exciting for us as developers because we get to develop on new platforms, right? Absolutely. And we get to push the content further, and we get to explore and innovate on new technology, which is really exciting.
Now, how has the VR experience helped with the additional power of PS4 Pro? You know, even with, you know, the Tomb Raider that we're seeing now, because I would assume that you're able to get more out of it, even in the world of VR. How has that helped you?
Yeah, I think that's a very safe assumption. You know, with more power, you're gonna be able to do a lot more. And what you were playing right there was just the, you know, PlayStation 4 version, so it still runs great.
That was just the PS4.
That was the PS4. Yeah.
That gets me even more hyped because you know how it is. Like, I know what you guys got going on. Okay, so now I have a question. But this right here, I would say, is a bit more controversial. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to, you know, Lara Croft and stuff like that, what I was thinking about is, have you ever thought about utilizing Lara Croft in other games? And what I mean by that is, shoot, like Lara Croft in a fighting game, what would that be like? You know, taking the Lara Croft character out of the Tomb Raider world and put her in another world so she could be even more badass.
Well, we lend the IP to other projects as well. I think we also had some like skins in a Final Fantasy game, right? But for us, we like to keep Lara in our world because it is it's a very story that we like to tell a very certain narrative on. So we kind of, our choice is to kind of keep Lara in the Tomb Raider universe.
All right, cool. I had to get that out there because you know, if Lara Croft went up against like a Cammy in Street Fighter, like you know what that would be like, or if you had Lara Croft go against Jackie Briggs, Jax's daughter in Mortal Kombat. Come on, don't you know what that would be crazy?
If fans ask for it enough, then maybe we'll see what happens.
All right, just by you saying that, let's put the belt on. You gotta hold the belt just for even saying that. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm working here. So now, what I want to talk to you about is the big 4K craze, and now with PS4 Pro and stuff like that. Now we know that there's different modes in the PS4 Pro where you have 4K 30 or 1080p 60, however you guys doing it. Is this something that you feel is going to be a trend, or is that happening just because the game was already developed and this is what you're adding to it? Because I would assume from the ground up it'd be a different story.
It's for giving player options, right? So if, let's take for example, you own a PlayStation 4 Pro, but you don't have a 4K TV, right? So you can run the game at 60 frames per second without the 4K mode. Or if you want to run, if you have a great new 4K TV, you want to show off the game to your friends, then you can run the game on 4K locked in at 30. So it's really giving the player more options to make them feel, you know, whatever experience they want to have with the game.
Wow. Now, as a hardcore gamer to another, right, I got to ask you this, right? Because this has been all over the net too. I just got involved heavily with PC gaming. Now, I already knew how great PC gaming was before, but when you actually get it for yourself and really explore it, it's crazy. What would you compare the PS4 Pro to when it comes to a PC graphics card? What would you compare it to based on your experience?
That's a great question, and honestly, if I was an engineer, I'd be able to give you like a great answer for that one. But to be honest, I haven't seen under the hood of the PS4 Pro, so I'm not able to kind of give that direct comparison of how it relates to a PC. But you know, again, I think everyone knows out there that, you know, PC and the PS4 Pro is really exciting tech. So it's something that
throw that out there. Now, what about VR from a possibility standpoint? Now that you've done Tomb Raider, what else can be done based on your learning experience with this integration of what Tomb Raider is?
Yeah, well, like I was saying earlier, I think the big thing for us is just knowing that when you build VR, you have to go into it knowing that you want to have VR tech in there. It's not something that you just tack on at the very end of the system. And so we have tons of learnings from our game. So we're able to take that into whatever experience that we, you know, decide to build next if we so choose it, in terms of players being comfortable, because that is also another issue that we see with some VR. So I think we've nailed it with our teleportation system in terms of being able to make players feel comfortable moving about the space in the world. Right. And so it's really exciting. You know, there's nowhere else to go except for up.
All right, now 2 more questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. Now, my next question, this is major, right? When it comes to, oh, yeah, it is. If you want me to take it back, or you good? You good. All right, so this is my next big question, right? Have you guys thought about from a collaboration standpoint, right? Now I have this discussion all the time, but I feel now is a good time to bring it up, right? Now, do you think there will ever be a chance? And the reason I'm asking this is because we've seen some sort of exclusivity happen within the world of Tomb Raider. Do you think that there's a chance that Lara Croft will ever meet Nathan Drake in a game to do something special, whether work together or work against each other? Do you think, as a gamer or even as a good business decision, because money talks?
I can tell you now, as a gamer, I'm a big fan of the Uncharted games. I think they're fantastic games. I think, you know, Naughty Dog, everything they do is I love. So I think, as a gamer, you have to say something like that would be really exciting. But you know, we'll have to wait and see, to be honest. But it'd be fun.
I had to throw it out there because I think that's the ultimate thing that people would want to see. Now that's the now. So for the last question, right? The first game that you ever, I'm asking so many developers this because I think it's important. But one of the first games, or the first game you ever played in your life, what was it, and how has it impacted you in your career today?
I say the very first game that ever impacted me was probably Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Oh my God, you're the second person here that says Zelda, son.
I've got a funny story. So I used to get in trouble a lot for playing too many video games. Right?
Me too.
I would fake sick from school. I would go in my room and set up the TV and put like a blanket over my head so I wouldn't project light underneath the doors. My mom couldn't see me playing. Playing a lot of video games way too much, and this is Zelda especially. And my mom kept saying to me, Chris, quit playing all those video games. You're not gonna do anything with video games in your life. And look at me now.
You know how many people say that, and then they look back and be like, "Well, I wish I would have invested in some game."
Now it's a joke between my mom and I'm like, Mom, remember that time you told me that video games weren't gonna do me anything? Well, look at me now.
Yo, and you with a classic franchise. Yeah. Chris, God bless you, man.
Hey, man.
Love you, man. You already know what it is. So it's your boy Hip Hop Gamer. Let them know when we can get the Tomb Raider, anniversary edition.
October 11th.
October 11th?
October 11th.
Wait. So it's like 2 days before the launch
of the VR.
Of the VR.
Yeah, and it comes with VR support, right? So once you buy the game, then pick up your headset, it's ready to go.
Yo, it's a wrap, man. One love, God bless, keep it gangster. It's your boy Hip Hop Gamer on your Hot 97 every day. That's my word, and we out. That's how